Yo guys, what is up? Crafter here, and today something a little bit different. A tutorial specifically for the Conquest Fort de Vaux map. It also does work on the other modes, of course, but I'm gonna specifically focus on the Conquest, and I'm gonna talk about some tactics, best weapons, and generally best ideas how to play this map and win it. First things first, starting off with the map layout. If you look at it closely, you can divide those points into two groups. First group is the outside part, and it's the A, C and D points. And the inside part, B and E. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because a lot of people don't really see the fact that if you control the outside, you control the inside. And if you control the inside, you do not control the outside. Basically what I'm saying is that you can push to the outside part of the map from your deployment. Second, you can push from so many ways to rush inside part, the B and E points, that enemies really don't have any chances against you if you coordinate the push from all the entrances at once. You can see me doing this a lot on the Fort de Vaux gameplays. I always try to control the outside and have those A, C and D flags controlled by my team. Because once again, if you control the outside, you really control the whole map, and that's the fact. It's harder to push from inside to outside than from the outside to inside. But if you happen to be stuck inside with your team, the best thing to do is to hold those two flags B and E. Because once again, you need to either control the inside or the outside. You can't really control both sides of the map, because generally, Battlefield players are just too dumb to divide into groups and push all the enemy's objective at once. Another tactic that you need to use on the Fort de Vaux is that you need to take those objectives in the right order. So that doesn't really make much sense to have A and D, because right, you can push from both sides to the C flag, but it doesn't really work this way in Battlefield, and as I've mentioned, players are dumb, they don't really understand how to play the game correctly, so they will just run around doing pretty much nothing. But if you, for example, are a solo player and you want to play the objective, or even better, you have your squad and your teammates on TeamSpeak, Discord, and you're playing together, the best way is to go like A, then take C, to have like, you have to imagine something like the chained connection between the flags. So if you have A and C, then you can push D without getting shot from behind, because they will not spawn behind you on C flag, right? And that really allows you to focus on the enemies in front of you, and it really gives you more options to push the objective. I myself tend to play the outside part more often, because you have only 3 objectives there, right? If you have 3 objectives and you can hold them, it really means that you are winning. So there is no real reason to go inside, and shotguns doesn't really work outside that well, because you have longer ranges and the distance is pretty much too big for shotguns to be effective. So you can just take the assault rifle or the medic rifle and you will just dominate outside. And if you are playing and pushing the outside, always remember not to push in the straight line with your team into the biggest cluster. It's the worst idea you can ever come up with on this map, because once again, there is so many nade spam in this game that you will just get either killed by a grenade, killed by a shotgun, killed by a mortar, or killed by a crossbow. Just pick one and die. Next thing that a lot of people forget about is that if you are pushing the objective, you get the perfect flank, you wipe all the enemies, you get tons of kills, tons of points for capturing the objective. When you leave the objective, just look at it after like 10 or 20 seconds if no one from the enemy team is taking it back, because the worst thing you can do is run to a flag, take it and then leave it. So if you do that, it's so easy for the enemies to take it back. You're not looking at the map, you're not focusing on the objective you just took, so no one's probably gonna go there, from your team at least, and it's such an easy capture for the enemy team. Remember that the loading screen tips say conquest is about taking and holding the flags, not about capturing them and running away, right? And as for the best weapons choices for this map, I don't really recommend you to play Scout, because if you want to do that, you really have to be an aggressive player, and aggressive scouting isn't that easy, so if you can't do it correctly, then just leave the Scout for this map. Focus on playing Assault, Medic and Support especially, because ammo is needed everywhere on this map, and everyone just needs ammo. I personally focus more on weapons that have high damage and lower recoil when I'm going for the outside part of the map, not those weapons that you just hold the button and or spam with them, because let's be honest, weapons like automatic, of course, they are powerful, but only inside. If you go outside and pick up a fight with the automatico player at some range, let's say it's medium to long range, and you have the hell regal, you will win 100% of the time. I also enjoy playing medic rifles on the outside part of the map. It really feels rewarding when you just wipe out those guys with automaticos and shotguns at the distance and they can't do anything about it. But if you decide to go inside for the inside part of the map, just pick some shotgun that is one-shot kill, or pick the automatico. Everyone does that, so why not abuse it more? If you decide to go for the support class, it also does have great weapons. The new Chauchat is amazing. If you want to see the review of the gun, it is in the description. It is on this E icon that you have in the right upper corner of the movie in the cards, so you can click either there or there. Also, I enjoy playing with the bar telescopic version. It's a lot more accurate than the started one, and it has the scope, so it's easier to see enemies at the distance. And that's it, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm also planning to do a tutorial on how to grind insane amount of XP of this map and how to farm kills on the Fort de Vaux, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, subscribe to see the next videos coming. If you are new to the channel, I also do tutorials, tips and tricks videos and gameplays, so make sure to check them out. I see you on the battlefield.